Hey guys, how you doing? It's me, Mr. 4K Upscaler. So here we are yet again on SONY X900E 55-inch Bravia XPR 4K TV. And what you're looking at, it's a native 4K HDR Forza Horizon 3. And what I'm going to do in this video is I'm going to talk about a little bit about the color temperature, the amount of sharpness you need, and also other enhancements that you can use to make this game mode shine on your Sony X900E 4K TV. Now, here's the thing, and this is probably the most important thing. Besides being on a game mode, obviously, remember this is for the game only. This doesn't. This is not intended for the movies. I just want to keep that in check. As I said on my previous video for this game and all the other games on Sony X900E, you want to use the game mode. You go to picture mode and select the game mode. Once you've done that, you want to make sure you go to advanced settings, and on your brightness, keep the brightness to maximum. Contrast, it's something that it depends on where your TV is located, how lit up it is. This is a personal preference, but I keep it at 93. Now, the black level adjustment, it's something that I felt moving it down to 45 gives me a little bit more deeper dark levels. Not to the point where they're being crushed, but just enough so they stand out between the contrast of the white bright levels and deep dark levels. This is where the black adjustments of high comes in handy. Keeping him at high and then moving the black level to 45 was definitely going to give you that nice little ratio between the deep dark levels and the white bright levels contrast. I also use this to give me that more enhanced deep dark levels and white bright levels to make it more stand out in the HDR. And of course, local dimming you want totally at high. Extended dynamic range will do the same thing. All of these filters will help you out and make this game mode look even more advanced. The color has to be at 55. This is, I personally believe, the best ingredients for this color, for this game mode. Going to 60, 63, you're gonna be oversaturating a little bit. So I would just say keep it at 55. And the most important part is the color temperature expert 1. This is the key ingredients, honestly. If you leave this at the expert 1, you will get that best possible gaming experience. It's not going to hurt your eyes. You'll be able to do a longer sessions, and what it's going to do is going to reduce that blue UV light. That's not good for you to begin with. Live color, it's something that it brightens your color. It enhances a little more of contrast on your color, so that way the color pops a little bit more. So that's why we left the color at 55. The clarity, the sharpness, I kept it at 20, and I think 20 it's definitely the best amount of sharpness needed for a native 4K game here. I wouldn't go anything above 20. I would keep it at 20. I think it's perfect. And Motionflow, you want to keep it at custom 3. If you keep it at the smoothness at 3 and clearness at 0, you're definitely going to have that nice, excellent soap opera effect without any judder. And this Sony X1 chip has the best Motionflow that I have seen. So that's pretty much what I'm using here. And I personally think this is the best settings for all of your consoles on Sony X900E. If you utilize this method and this calibration, you will see that this is the most reliable settings for the games. Meaning you will be able to play a long time, a longer session, because you don't have that blue UV light, and it's going to look better. You'll have to trust me on this one. I know my camera cannot depict that here, but once you go ahead and implement these settings, you will see exactly what I'm talking about. All right, so what I'm gonna do here, I'm gonna go ahead and just kind of like show you a little bit of detail here. As you can see, nothing's being crushed here. The deep dark levels are excellent. You can see clearly the overshadowing, and this looks 100 times better in person than me showing it to you like this. Even though I'm trying to record this in the highest possible bitrate on 1440p, and I think 1440p is the best resolution for you guys on the cell phones and the iPads, because the majority of you are watching this on the cell phone, on the iPad, on the laptops, and I think 1440p, it's definitely a good resolution here for you to at least see a little bit of it, you know. And this is as close to a PC as you're gonna get, honestly, on a console on this game. The textures are very detailed at the very high settings. Draw distance same way. And it's all at the 30 locked in 30 FPS, which is, to me, excellent. Honestly, it doesn't bother me. I think this is perfect for a game like this. All right, and some people complaining why it's not 60 FPS. Well, I'm pretty sure they could have made it 60 FPS, but you would most definitely be losing and sacrificing on the quality. And I would rather have the quality with the HDR here than to sacrifice it. Because that's the whole reason why you want this upgrade. And you guys have to remember, the original game that was released on the Xbox One and the S version, the only enhancements we had was the HDR and the upscale, which was pretty good for 1080p. But stepping up to a native 1080p to native 4K with enhanced graphics and HDR, that's the result here you're gonna be getting. A much better result. And the Motionflow here, it's really great. Maybe I can show you really quick. There's no judder. It runs really smooth. It runs great. You will definitely see that when you're playing this game, that there's no judder. Sony X1 chips has one of the best motion flows that I have seen, period, and they really work great. Better than Samsung for sure. On Samsung, I see a bunch of judder when I select the motion flow. Here, that's not the case. Here, you never have to worry about that. It runs smooth as it can be. Input lag is probably 23, 24, which is, to me, that's fine for this television. But all in all, go ahead, try these settings, guys. I think these are the best universal game settings calibrations that you can use on Sony X900E, and it works really well for all the games, whether it's Call of Duty or The Witcher 3 or NBA Live, FIFA, Pro Evolution Soccer. It doesn't matter what you're playing. I think you're going to be getting a really great gaming experience and a longer session gaming experience with this TV, all due to because of that Expert One color. So there you have it, guys. Hopefully this video helps, and I'll see you guys on the next video. Take care. Have a good one.